Meanwhile, Gretch, interesting inscriptions have been uncovered on some of our military's weapons. These rifle sights, made by a Michigan company, contain what look like coded references to the Bible. The sights are used by U.S. troops in Afghanistan and also Iraq. But U.S. military rules specifically prohibit pushing any religion in Iraq or Afghanistan or anywhere. The Marine Corps and Army have denied knowing the inscriptions existed. So here's the question. Do these biblical markings violate the separation of church and state? Let's talk to former training officer, U.S. Reserves and First Amendment attorney Hiram Sasser, who joins us from the Big D down in Dallas. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. Let's talk about this. There apparently are a number of quotations from Corinthians, the books of Revelation, Matthew. One of them simply says, and there you can see one right down there. Another one says JN 8:12, and of course that has been interpreted to mean John 8:12. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. How do you, Hiram, feel about having these religious inscriptions on these rifle sights?
Well, I think if this private company wants to include in a long series of serial numbers some sequence of the numbers and letters at the end that have some sort of biblical reference, I mean, that's their right to do that. And frankly, I think it would be discrimination to try to do something to cancel their contract simply because of that.
Well, the Military Religious Freedom Foundation says it's wrong and it violates the Constitution and the federal laws as well regarding separation of church and state.
Well, if that was true, then we would not be allowed to display the Declaration of Independence in the National Archives because of its explicit reference to a creator.
I think it's interesting to go back to what you had said a moment ago, and that is that this particular company, Trijicom, up in Wixom, Michigan, is a private firm. And, you know, they've been doing this for years and years, and for the military now to say, oh, we didn't know that it was on there, what do you make of that?
Well, you know, the big brass never knows what the soldiers on the ground know about whatever the serial numbers are. But here's what I'll tell you. It's the biggest thing, the biggest issue here is that this company has a right to define its logos, to define the way it does its serial numbers any way it wants, and this is the scope that they're imprinted upon is a light amplification scope. If you look at all those biblical references, they always have to do with amplifying light.
Right.
This is no different than any other play on words.
Before you go, Hiram, how would you feel about having to carry one of these?
Well, when I was in, I wish we had these sights on our M16s. We just had those old iron sights, and it was tough. I'd love to have a light amplification system like Trijicon makes. It would have been awesome.
Besides, and a lot of people have said that they find the passage, now that they know about it, comforting. All right. Hiram Sasser, we thank you very much for joining us today from Dallas.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You bet.